Hey guys, welcome back to Revolution XRC and welcome to this next part of this Vanquish H10 Optic Kit build series. In this part of the series we are going to go over some cosmetic detailing of this H10 optic. Some painting has been done, some work on the interior has been done, and some modifications have been done. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and painted the fire extinguisher, the fuel cell, and the radiator right here. Now it remains to be seen whether I'll keep most of this stuff, because I do plan on adding the Night Customs Terabug set, but we'll work on that later. For now, we're going to go with the stock cage items. So that's what I've done there. Another thing I've done here, because I am going to be using this Night Customs working interior, which I'll go over in just a second, I needed to make sure that I made a receiver box that would clear it. Now, the kit comes with this piece right here, and it's a little tray that goes right here, and as you can see, it sits up a little higher, like right there, compared to what I've done here. So you can see how this one is flat and this one is raised. So this thing sat a little bit too high for me, so I didn't use it. I created my own plate for this receiver box that I created to sit on. And basically there's a little opening there, and this is how it would close. So I don't know where I'm going to provide this yet, should you need it. It'll be either on Thingiverse or it'll be on Army RC as a printed part. I'm not sure yet, but I will provide this in some shape or form for those who need it. Alright, so this is the Night Customs interior, which I purchased before that Terabug site came out. Unfortunately, this is like a double purchase because the Terabug does come with this interior as well. Anyway, Night Customs does recommend, or did design their parts to use a high-tech HS55 servo. Right here, this is the high-tech HS55 servo. I don't really like this servo though. It's really noisy and chattery and just a lot of buzzing overall. If you've ever used a Savox servo, it's as noisy as that. But what I did do is I used these Tower Pro SG90 servos. These are nice, strong enough, and they're also quiet. But to use these servos, you do need some modifications. So I did make a spacer for this servo right here. I also made a spacer for this servo right here. I also had to create a special post to fit the servo gear and to be able to attach this head. So I did have to create a custom post for the head piece right here as well. This servo I have not changed yet, but I do plan on changing it to SG90 as well, because the sound really does bug me. But for now I'll just leave it. But I will likely create a servo horn and spacer to be able to work with this gear shifter as well. So let me plug this in for you just so you can see how this works. So I am using a Radio Master radio with a 6-channel receiver from FlySky, and let's see here, this is my Quick Run Fusion. Let's put this into channel 2. For channel 3 I am using the steering right here. Channel 4, if I remember correctly, was the head. and channel 5 the gear shifter. So let's plug in the battery and take a look at how this all works. Turn on my radio.
Welcome to HTX. Switch warning.
It's the radio, master radio. Okay, so let's turn on the SC. Alright, so with the throttle, I have it tied to channel 5. Let's see his arm moving right there. And see, you can see how chattery that noise is. So I probably will change it to SD90. And for the steering, channel 3 and 4, right there. So really cool. These are really cool parts from Night Customs. I will put a link to these parts in the description below. But yeah, you can see how much quieter the SG90 servos are versus the HS55 from Hi-Tech. See that noise? That's from the Hi-Tech servo. Now, the HS55 is noisy. The Tower Pro SG90 servos, quiet. So I probably will switch them out. Anyway, so the next thing I gotta do, aside from switching out the servo out, is to finish my wiring, get my wiring all cleaned up, put into this receiver box, and we'll put the cage back on. So we'll be right back when I finish that. Alright, before I put this all in, just wanted to say that I successfully made a adapter for the SG90 for the shift mechanism right here. So a specific servo horn for the shift mechanism, as well as a 2mm spacer, and that will allow you to run the SG90 servo for the shift section. So I'll provide the set of SG90 adapters printed out on Army RC, and maybe the files on my mini factory or Thingiverse. I'm not sure yet, but I'll put a link to the adapters in the description below, and we'll just see where I put them. I'm not sure yet, but I'll go ahead and install this onto the chassis, and I'll be right back. One thing I do need to remind you before you start and install the Night Customs interior, you do need to cut away this section right here. So if you're not amenable to cutting this section, you probably don't want to run the Night Customs interior. But you'll need to leave 28mm from the back, and then start cutting from there. I think 75mm in length. And that's so the driver's arm can kind of fit right there. I've put the cage back onto the chassis, and you see here that receiver box that I created has ample amount of clearance. The tray right here that I lowered also clears, if you can see that. So you can see there's no interference there, perfectly fine. The light there, so you can see the tray right there. Yeah. You can see where we had to make the cutout for the arm, for the clearance. And looks pretty good there. Alright, so I've yet to figure out where to put this, but I'll probably just 3M this somewhere, or I will use a future Night Customs file that has a bracket for the Fusion power switch. But as you can see here, the receiver box I created fits nice and snug in there. It has ample amount of clearance. That lowered tray right there clears everything as well. There's nothing in the way. So Not sure why it was raised. There's probably something that they're gonna do later on, but this this lowered tray right here works for me right now. And it also fits my receiver box back there, so that worked out nicely. You can see right there, a little better look. But Night Customs guy looks great in there. You can see where we had to make the cutout for his arm clearance. And let me go ahead and plug in the battery, and let's take a look at what this looks like. All right, so here's a look at the driver. It's a throttle. Perfect. Nice scale driver and scale animatronics. Really excited to finish the rest of this build up, but now that we've got the interior done, I will look at seeing how I want to decorate the panels. I probably won't use the stock Battleborn decals. I'm probably gonna come up with my own scheme or whatever. I just want the color actually, but other than that, that's about it for this part of the build series. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates on this Vanquish H10 Optic Kit build. Thanks for watching.